Hello YouTube, morning. Welcome to another video. Welcome to Home and Garden Fix and Tricks. I'm Nikon. Alright, in today's video I'm going to show you how I transplant my rose cuttings into pots, and these are going to be allowed to stay there until they develop, and then you plant them out wherever you want to plant them, either in bigger pots or in the garden bed. Alright, so these are the rose cuttings and they are properly rooted, and what I am doing is to remove them from this container because you can't allow them to grow too big in this. And then I'm going to put them in pots, as I said, then let them stay in the pot for a while, then we plant them out in the bed. So how I root the rose cuttings. This is a stem from the rose plant, the parent plant, and of course you can see here you have these little buds, right? And it's these little buds that are going to develop in these stems and leaves and roots as well. So what I want to do is to identify a part of the rose that is actually bloom already. So this one, you can see the dieback of the bloom, and this is good because this is where you have active growth taking place, right? These are called the meristematic region of the plant, so that's what you want to select. When you select it, some people cut off the thorns. I don't cut them off. I just hold it carefully. You can wear gloves, right? And what you want to do is to take off the bottom leaf, right? Because this is where you're going to have the root. This is the part that is going to go down in the medium, like I'm going to show you right now, like these. So you take off the leaves. You don't want to take off all the leaves, so you see I leave a few, right? But you want about 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes, right? And then you're going to make a slant cut at the top. So this is your rose cutting. As I said, you leave a few leaves for food source, right? This is now your new rose cutting. You go ahead and just below where you have this node, this bottom node that is going to go down, you're going to score it. So you use your tool and score it at the side, right? And when this root, this is where you're going to have roots emerging, right? Just where you score it. So if you have your rooting hormone, now is the time for you to dip it in the rooting hormone, and you're going to put it in the media like this. Now over here is dry because I actually take out some of the plants already. So I remove the potting mixture and put it in there because they were growing in a mixture and you don't want to introduce them to something new. So as soon as I remove them, I take up a portion of the mixture and put it in their new home as well. So that is why you see the kaya over here. And if you want to know, this is kaya from the coconut plant. So after you dip it, all you need to do now, you wet the container with the media and you stick it in there, just like that. You keep this moist, and what I do, or what I did, I cover it. So this is another cake container, some dirt on it because it was on the ground. So I just use this now to cover it like that. I just put it over it like that, right? And it creates a microclimate in there. I put this somewhere very cool where you don't get any direct sun. And after about 2 weeks, when you open this and you tug on the thing like this, the cuttings like this, you're supposed to have some form of resistance down there. That means it rooted, right? If I should pull on this, it will come right up, right? Because it is not rooted. This one, when you pull on it, it's firm, and all of these are rooted. So as I said, this is just for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to remove this and I'm going to go ahead with the main part of the video, which is show you how I transplant these into the pots, because I'm going to transplant everything out of this into pots. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pots here. I'm gonna see if I can get some more pots, because how many I have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I only have 2 pots available, so I'm going to be 4 pots short, right? So we have 6 and 2, 8, right? And you can sell one of these when they are properly developed for like $1,500, depending on the variety of roses. This is a pink rose. You can sell it for $1,500 each. So 5, 8, 40, that's 4. And that's $12,000 right here, all right? So I'm not going to throw away this. I'm going to root this, but after I finish, I'm going to put that to root. All right. So let me show you how I prepare the medium now, which is this, the growing medium, right? We have soil, we have kaya, we have perlite, just a mixture of everything basically. Not everything, but most. All right, so in this, as I said, I have some of the perlite mixture that was in this, right? I have it in here, and I put a little soil. I always like to introduce a little soil to my mixture because soil having those microbes, microorganisms that will help, right, in the media, right? All of the fauna and flora that the plant need to support growth and development is in the soil. So I always try to introduce a little soil. You them say soilless media and blah blah blah, and soilless media is clean and, you know, free from pests and disease. That is all true, but I like to introduce a little of the soil. I also give them a little sulfate of ammonia, and this one now having a lot of nitrogen that will help them to develop growth, right, and to grow and to put on leaf and so forth, and that's what you want. So I'm going to put a little bit of this inside here as well. Don't want to put too much, and you just mix this in. That's Jaden the right over there, so always there. So you just mix this in like how you mix in your flour when you're kneading up your dough and so forth, right? So the ladies will do very well at this. That's why ladies make very good gardeners, you know, because, you know, them have that nice tender touch. Right, so you mix that in so it looks fluffy and nice now. You get your pot and you put some in the pot. Right, I'm gonna make a hole deep down, show them chin, because these roots are very long. So you're gonna make a hole like that, and then you're going to go for your plant now that you want. So I'm gonna take out one in the middle with a lot of leaves, and what I want to do is you want to go down. Make sure you see, you want to go down, you know, and take up some of this media along with the plant. See there? So the roots. Alright, so before these roots get big and deep and powerful, you don't want them to get so powerful in this container. You want them to get powerful in that one. So that is why we're actually removing them. And as I was telling you, you want to introduce a little bit of the same media or medium that it was growing in around it, so you don't shock the plant. So you take up a little and you put around it. You understand? Nothing you do in agriculture it's supposed to be sudden. You have to do it gradually. So you do that, right? And you want to take a little time and put right around it. Remember now, this medium now have fertilizer in there. That's what the plant need. Right? And you squeeze it down gently. Make sure that the plant is center in the middle of the pot. And that's it. Because I wet this already, you don't have to add any water to it. But you're going to watch it now to ensure that it doesn't dry out. And you add water periodically to it to keep it moist. Thing that you don't want to do is to expose. You don't want to flood this with too much water, because rose don't love water. Once you have them sitting in water, they are going to rot, right? Like this. So that one here, so it rotten. It did have roots on it, you know, but it just died. It just dead, and the whole of it to turn black. So you don't want to put it in too much water. And these now, you're going to put these now at a very, very cool spot like around here. So you put them all the way around. I'm going to show you when we finish. I'm going to show you. You put them around there, right? Where you don't get a lot of sun, right? And they will stay there, and they will re-establish and generate more root and become your new lovely rose plant that you're going to put out in pots or in beds. And that's how it is done. And all of this process takes about 2 months for them to root and plant out in the bed. About 2 to 3 months, right? And you can have them out in the bed, blooming and looking good, right? So I'm just going to finish this up now and see if I can do another one. Chin, you want to do that one? Mm-hmm. Alright. Remember now, do that big one. No, do that one. So that one kind of hold the camera.
You said do this one, right?
Yeah. No, use one finger, man. Yeah, dig too Why I got disturb the other one, you know, just that one you want to take up. Go right under it. Yeah. Until you feel the bottom of the stem. You feel it? Alright. Don't damage the root. See that itch up. It look, the plant that itch. You have to look what you're doing now.
So
You can see the root. Alright, so you have a good one there. This is fair one. Turn it around so they can see better. So see the peeps. You see the roots. And remember, healthy roots always look white. So you dig out that now if you fit it. Remember, put a look at this in the hole. You always do that. No shock. Don't squeeze it down on the roots because you're gonna break it off. So you have to, once you press down the stem,
that's it.
It's gonna break off the roots. So you don't want to press down the stem. You understand? Because if you press down the stem, the roots are gone because they're soft. So you get some of that now and put around it. And then you can just press on it slightly on the outer part of it to compact it. Because if you don't compact it, they're not going to make contact. The roots are not going to make contact with this. You understand me? And you can't have air pockets around the roots. You have to have the root making contact with this. No man, squeeze it down.
Don't put any more of this.
Yeah, you can put a little more in there. You see, you squeeze it down, you know. Take up more.
There's something for me, see?
Alright, Jane, I'll put no more in there. You take up your one and I'm going to put at this pot. Jade, I'm sorry when I have one pot for you. So I'm going to look some more pot. Or maybe a little bottle or something to plant out the rest. So peeps, that's it, you know. And as I said, see your rose there. Remember, you don't want to water it too much. Even this one. You saw this one wet, look. When you squeeze this, you see the water coming out? See the water? This is too wet. Right? That one is too wet. Let me show you again. When you squeeze it like that, you're not supposed to see water coming out like that. See the water dripping? That is why I put the dry coir inside here. Take up some of the moisture. Because this one was out, well, it is outside, so it was exposed to the element. So the rain fall in it and everything. So if you're doing yours and you have like a greenhouse or a shade house, you put it in there, it's even better. Right? So you don't want the moisture, the medium to be that wet. That when you hold it and squeeze it, water run out. You want it just like this. Look at this one. See it? It clump together, but you don't even see the water on my hand. You understand me? So this is ideal. This one is too wet. That one is ideal. Alright, so I'm going to look some more containers and I'm going to plant out the rest. And I'm going to give you an update when they are growing vigorously, you know, and when I'm planting them out in the garden bed. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you for watching Home and Garden Fix and Tricks. I hope you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be of good courage. Have faith. Peace.
Say something, Jay. Say peace out.
Peace out.